Hey guys, Mike Orlando here, real estate investor and investor specialized agent here in Cleveland, Ohio. Wanted to make a quick video today going to one of our properties that is almost ready to be rented out to a Section 8 tenant. This is a property that's going into our Section 8 portfolio that we've been building here for the past year or so. And yeah, I'm excited to go take a look and show you guys the progress over there. So if you don't know me, I am a real estate agent and investor here in Cleveland, Ohio, born and raised in Cleveland. Started investing about 4 years ago when my partner and I started buying apartment complexes, doing syndications, joint venture deals, things of that nature. And then also started building another portfolio on the side of smaller single family, small multifamily homes that we rent to mostly Section 8 tenants. So today, like I said, I'm gonna go check on kind of the progress and get like a punch list together for one of the single family houses that we just bought here in Cleveland that we plan to rent to a Section 8 tenant. This is a 4-bedroom house, pretty standard for a single family. It's in an area of Cleveland that we have bought a number of other houses in as well. So it'll fit nicely in the portfolio. And yeah, we're kind of at the point now where we are pre-leasing the house. We actually have some pretty good applicants already, but we need to take care of a few things on the outside of the house to get it ready for a tenant to move into. So I'm gonna go grab a little snacky poo and then head to this house. We actually have a pretty good applicant that I think we'll end up going with for this house. Actually not a voucher holding tenant, so they are self-pay. And that's kind of how it goes with these. It's like you run the numbers, make sure they work both ways. Ideally, you know, Section 8 over in these areas tends to pay a little bit more than a market rate tenant would. But we know, worst case, even if we can't find a Section 8 tenant, which is very unlikely, we could rent it to market rate, and then the other way around as well. Typically, it's actually more, you know, the other way around, where you can't rent to a market rate tenant, so you put a Section 8 tenant in there. And yeah, it's a good system. Want to run the numbers, make sure the numbers look good either way, be relatively conservative, and yeah. Okay, so just got to the house here. So walking through here, just gonna show you kind of, again, like what we do, kind of our typical scope of renovation for a house like this. So I'll go over some numbers real quick. We bought the house for $49,000 and we budgeted $29,000 to put into it. Actually, with a couple little things that we're doing on the outside and some kind of unplanned for stuff, we're gonna be in it a little bit more than that, but not too much. So we'll be all in for about, I would say about 80,000-ish. And this house should be worth right around 105, maybe 110,000 when we're done with everything. So plan is to refinance this house as part of a portfolio with some other houses that we've recently bought and renovated. So quick recap, 49,000 purchase price, 29,000 in renovation dollars. We did like a rehab loan on this, and then we're gonna be refinancing it with other properties into more of a long-term loan, like a 30-year loan. It's gonna have some interest only on it, which is nice to boost the cash flow in the beginning. But we can walk through the house now and kind of show you guys what we did on this one. Starting here in the kitchen. So we did replace the cabinets. They were pretty messed up, but we kept the upper cabinets. That's a good way to save some money. If you can, you could just paint those, add new hardware. So we did the base cabinets, we did a sink, we did a faucet, and then yeah, threw some cabinet hardware on there. But we did keep the uppers, painted those, and put some brushed nickel hardware on those, so it kind of like freshens them up a bit. And then you could see just throughout, we have vinyl plank in the house. That runs throughout the whole house besides upstairs and the basement, but the whole first floor got vinyl plank. We did just a gray paint scheme with white trim, and we will be getting appliances. We usually supply appliances for the tenants unless they say that they have something that they want to bring. So we do need a fridge and a stove here, which we will order probably the next day or so and have it delivered. We usually get used appliances. You got to be careful. They're not always good, but it is a good way to save some money because appliances are very expensive now. So if you have like a good hookup, usually there's used appliance stores that do fridges, stoves, and dishwashers and stuff like that. So walking through, you'll see that there's vinyl windows in the whole house. That's something that we look for when we buy these vinyl windows, is very ideal, especially here in Cleveland, because they have like a issue with the lead-based paint. So if the windows are like flaking and you got to paint them, and it's like a whole thing. So if there is vinyl, that's ideal. Flush mount LED lights that we put throughout the whole house. Coming into the living room here, walking backwards. Pretty nice sized living room. Got a nice big window in the front here, which is cool. Nice and bright. We did a new thermostat on the wall here. We did replace the furnace and the hot water tank, I think, in this place. So if it's in the budget, we like to do it, because then you just avoid the call, you know, in the middle of the winter at night or on the weekend, and the tenants saying they don't have heat or they don't have hot water, and obviously people are not happy about that, which is understandable. So it's best to replace those if they're super old and it fits in the budget. So what we do in the bathroom is pretty standard across the board. We'll do a vinyl tub surround. We will do a mirror, a vanity light, and a new vanity as well. Okay, so now that we went into the bathroom, we will look at the stairs, because stairs are interesting. But upstairs we have 2 bedrooms, and the stairs we actually did a roll vinyl on, because we thought about painting them, but you know, they'll get a lot of traffic on them and then we'll have to touch them up all the time. So we just went with a roll vinyl. Looks really good, pretty durable, so it should last for a while. And upstairs is 2 bedrooms, but it's a little funky. It might be used as just a 3-bedroom, honestly. Up here, all we did was paint the ceiling white and then paint the floor gray. So you'll see these 2 doors here. This is kind of 1 bedroom I'm in, and then that's a 2nd bedroom. But that one's it's a little funky, like how it's divided. So I think someone might just use this as a 3-bed, which is fine. The rent still works either way for a 3 or a 4. You know, basing it on the fair market rent that they're paying right now through the housing authority. Take a quick look in the basement. So basement smells like urine. Have not been able to really get rid of that. Painted the floor, painted the walls, used Kills, which helps with the odors, and still smells like urine. So we need to put like an air freshener down here or something, or ozone or something like that. But we replaced the furnace and the hot water tank. If you can budget for that, it's good to do it. Like I said, you just want to avoid those calls coming in at the most inconvenient times, and people are not happy when it's their heat or their hot water, obviously. So, but pretty simple basement. It looked terrible before us. It was like disgusting. Floors were all messed up. Walls were all messed up. Looks way better now. Still smells, but looks way better. So we'll take care of the smell. And now we will go outside. Okay, so we're outside, so we got some mess we gotta clean up here. As you can see, our guys did not do the neatest job. Trim that foam back. We're gonna install some security doors here, the metal security doors. It's gonna be 3 of them. Gotta fix these stairs, so you can see there's a gap on either side. That's not, you know, super safe, obviously, so we're gonna kind of reconfigure those. Coming down here, we have to replace a gutter, or downspout, and then we have like this electrical line running down the length of the house. We're gonna cap that, don't need that. The tenant, when he took his U-Haul out of here, yanked the electric meter off the side of the house, so that's gotta be fixed. And then we got our guy coming back here to finish cleaning this all up. There was a garage here, but it was not in good shape, so we had to demolish that. We still got glass and bricks and basketballs and all this fun stuff back here, so that's all got to get cleaned up. Outside, we did put a new little stairway here. This is actually into one of the bedrooms, and then we re-supported this. There used to be a little back deck, and we had to take that down. It was all rotted out, but you could see still got some cleanup work to do. This downspout is literally just going right into the foundation, which is why, part of the reason why there's water in the basement a little bit. That's got to get taken care of. This electrical's got to get taken care of. Got to do this cleanup here. So still got some stuff to do. So, I mean, that's a quick go around the outside. Like I said, we're going to be in it a little bit more than we planned at this point, but it is what it is. I mean, with these houses, typically the returns are good enough to where it's like if you overspend a little bit, you're not going to be too upset about it. If you have a super tight budget, obviously it's a different story. but if you can afford, you know, a little contingency of a couple $1,000 or something like that, then it is what it is. You have a nice asset. It's going to pay you every month and be a good long-term investment and something to add to the portfolio, which is just building the business at the end of the day. So yeah, that's this one. Again, we were in this for about 78,000 initially. That was the plan. We're going to be in it for a little bit more, probably close to 80, 81, 82 when we're all said and done. It should be worth 105 to 110,000. When we refinance it, we'll have a little bit of capital still left in here, some equity, but that's okay. We're good with that. So I was all excited about walking through the house. I forgot to talk about some more of the numbers that are important. So yes, all in this house for between 78 to 82,000, I would say at the end of the day, and it'll rent easily. I think Section 8 for 1,400. We will pay the water sewer, which is about $100 a month. After taxes, insurance, our debt payment, we should be looking at about $600 to $650. It's 600 to 650 bucks a month in cash flow. So the ROI is pretty solid there. You're looking at a double-digit cash on cash, and again, a nice portfolio builder. So we did pre-lease this one. I mentioned that earlier. We have a tenant that or potential tenant that we like a lot. She is actually not a voucher holding tenant, but she's got actually a great application and like her for this property. So we might just go self-pay on this one for sake of timing too. Obviously with Section 8, you have to deal with the inspection timeline. Could be looking at a month, sometimes as much as 60 days to get the tenant in here. So, you know, sometimes it makes sense, you know, for sake of time, you take slightly less on the cash flow every month. Not much. You don't want to sacrifice too much, but slightly less to, you know, get the tenant in here faster, have a little bit less vacancy, and get some money coming in. So that's kind of what this one's looking like. That's what we shoot for pretty much all of our rental properties. For these smaller ones, that is the single families, the small multifamily, we want that 600 to 700 bucks a month ish in cash flow, and that's really our sweet spot. If you guys want to learn more about working with me here in Cleveland, whether that's helping you buy something, helping you sell something, definitely let me know. Drop me a comment or find me on Facebook, Michael Orlando, and I'm happy to assist. Also, if you just want some advice or you want some guidance on investing here in Cleveland, happy to talk with some people and see what I could do to help people out. You know, learned a lot in the past couple of years, or a few years, I should say. I got a lot more to learn, but obviously if you're starting out or you need some insight on the Cleveland market, I could definitely assist with that. So talk to you guys in the next one. Appreciate it.